Okay, let's go over a couple of basic knots. First knot will be the square knot. Some places call it a reef knot. I call it a square knot. It's used for tying two ends of rope together. So if we have two separate pieces of rope, we use to tie those together, and as you're going to find out later, there's knots that are far better than a reef knot for tying two ends together. The knot is pretty basic. Right over left, left over right. So if you can tell your right hand from your left hand, you can tie a square knot. The right goes over the left, and then the left will go over the right. Square knot. And you would use the sheet bend when you're actually tying two different diameters of rope together. So here we're going to have two different sizes of rope. We're going to start by making a loop with the larger rope. And the smaller diameter rope is going to come up and through, wrap around, and then instead of dropping back through the loop that we started with, we're going to tuck it in here. So the finished knot will look like so. That is a sheet bend. And when you're going to work with two ropes of the same diameter, we have two different ropes, the leaves out of it. My preferred method of tying these two ropes together is with what's called a double overhand or a double fisherman's knot. I'm going to take two ends, the end of one rope and the end of another rope, and actually point them where they're facing each other. And this is the right way to have the ropes facing when you're going to tie this knot. Extend them past each other. You're going to take one rope and tie a simple overhand around the other. And take the other end and tie an overhand around the other rope. I know that probably didn't sound right, but you end up with two overhands. When you pull the rope together, they will snug up on each other. That knot will not come undone until you want to get it undone. Let's put some pressure on that. And then the way we untie it is by grabbing both tails, pulling them apart, and untying our knot. You can actually tie that double overhand or that double fisherman's in a quick release if you'd like. And that's done by when you tie the overhand around, instead of having it as a complete overhand, we tie it as a quick release overhand, and another quick release overhand, where basically you've got a slip knot around one and a slip knot around the other. They'll still cinch together. They still will not come undone unless you pull the tails. If that rope that you've just tied together is for climbing or anything of the sort, do not put a quick release on it, for obvious reasons.